The name Dead by Sunrise came about, and in the beginnings of making this record, I was in a pretty self-destructive form, and I was wondering. There were times where I was literally wondering if I was going to make it to the next day. So I thought that it would be appropriate to name the band something that resembled my lifestyle at the time. And then, going through the next few years and kind of growing out of that pattern, I thought it was suited the name of the record to be Out of Ashes, kind of growing out of that self-destructive behavior. Crawl Back In is a song that I wrote as kind of a reflection on myself. I wonder sometimes if I'm as unique as I would like to think I am. I kind of question how much people around me and other people's influences throughout my life have kind of shaped and molded who I am and how I think, and how many of my thoughts are actually original thoughts. And it kind of is one of those moments of clarity where I kind of call myself out on my own bullshit, so to speak. And it's a scary place to be, because when you get into that kind of super, when you put yourself under a microscope to that kind of degree, you kind of catch yourself in this spiral of questions that can't be answered. And so that's where, the notion I want to crawl back in, because it's safer to be, inside a womb where everything's taken care of and you don't have to think for yourself. And it's one of those moments. Well, we chose Paul Brown to direct the videos. He worked with the guys who at Polychrome who did our artwork before in the past, and felt that would be a really great way to kind of have a very good unity and synchronicity between the artwork and the videos. He's an amazing photographer and video director, and the video for Crawl Back In takes place in this surreal kind of stark desert environment with these amazing jagged rocks protruding from the ground, and I kind of stumble upon this lost land with these giant corroding and mannequin bodies kind of coming out of the ground. It's almost like Planet of the Apes or something like that, and it's really cool, very surreal, very stark, tense environment. It's really nice. I think it looks really cool. I saw some preliminary photos and some images last night from the video. It looks really good. Okay, yeah. So on the 4th of July, I played in Las Vegas. We were for Club Tattoo, which is a tattoo studio I own in Las Vegas, and we were celebrating a grand opening, and we moved. We were originally going to play in this tattoo studio, but we decided that it might get a little crazy in there, because I think like 100 people can fit in there. So we moved it to a theater that's very close to the shop, and there was a magician whose theater it was that we took over. So he asked us in return to do this trick called the death drop, and basically we were supposed to drop him inside of one of our road cases onto these flaming spikes that would impale anything. It was pretty scary. Unfortunately, the trick didn't go as planned, and it actually was pretty bad. So what ended up happening was very early in the trick, the case and there was this black scrim around the case caught on fire, and it just kind of exploded into this big ball of flame and chemicals, and pretty much the trick stopped. And then all of a sudden, here comes Steve Wyrick and drops down in the middle of the street out of a helicopter, and everybody's like, "What the heck are you doing here? Like, aren't you supposed to be in the box?" It just didn't go as planned. So it was, I would say, out of the entire day, 2/3 of the day were great.